Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Dr. Dolittle 2. This is the sequel, obviously, to Dr. Dolittle, which I'm not sure which year that came out, but this is from 2001. It feels like a lifetime ago. It's a 24-year-old film. It is an hour and 28 minutes long. It stars Eddie Murphy. He is doing his comedy for kids, basically. People who grew up with him, like I did, he was a bit edgier in his younger days. And, Saturday Night Live and his stand up stuff, obviously, yeah, he's a lot edgier. Here, it is PG. It's PG. Not even PG 13. It's PG. There's some suggestive moments in it, I should say, because the whole plot of this is to save a forest from being torn down. He has to use his ability to talk to animals to convince two bears from different worlds to mate. So, yeah. It's done as puritanical as it can get, really. And this is mostly all filled with fart jokes, which is bathroom jokes, kind of stuff that kids who would be watching this film, they will not remember anything that is even slightly suggestive. And even then, it's not even that suggestive. They'll just remember the bear trying to poop in the bathroom or other bodily function comedy. It's the way it is. For me, this is all about the voice actors that are just crammed into this. If animated films themselves didn't exist with massive casts through Disney and Pixar and Warner Brothers and all the other different animated shows and movies that are out there, I'd almost think this might have the biggest known voice actor cast ever. This is a lot, and I'm not going to go through every single one of them. But strangely enough, one of the most prominent voices in this is Return of Norm Macdonald, whose name is not in the credits for some reason. I checked it. I kept going through the list and like, where is he? Because he narrates it from the start, and then of course plays the dog character throughout. But yeah, according to IMDb, I didn't watch all the credits, but when I eventually found him on the extended page for IMDb, he's listed amongst the uncredited people, along with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who they hired just to do a few lines plus a very, very important line, his most famous line, as the Terminator. Was it for the Terminator? Yeah. Either way, he's he's had a lot of lines, so my brain just completely fritzed there to remember which movie it was from. But mainly the main stars in this, Eddie Murphy. Raven-Symone is his oldest daughter, who's 16 and starting to date, and he is not having any of that. He has ability to communicate with animals, but he cannot communicate with his daughter, who seems to be having some issues, other than trying to go out with her boyfriend, who also is the Domino's pizza guy from, I think, the last film. She's going through some stuff, but she's not clear on it. You'll find that out eventually, what's going on with her. But majority of the film is spent with Eddie Murphy talking to no one in practicality. In this entire film, he probably gets the chance to maybe improv, do some things, whatever he wants to for the most part, and they can edit around that or choose whatever take they prefer best. When he's not dealing with his human family, he's talking to a bear played by Steve Zahn, and it's not animatronic, it's an actual bear, and of course they're cut together in scenes, and they're not actually in the same room together at the same time. Mostly, I'm pretty sure like 95% of all the scenes do not have them in the same room. It's a lot of editing, a lot of cut back and forth kind of stuff. Some compositing, putting them in the same scene, or somebody who looks like Eddie Murphy from a long shot, just doing a long wide shot, playing him. So there's a lot of animal management. There is so much digitally moving mouths on the animals, which I hate. I hate it with a passion. It's just my thing that I hate that. This is actually, though, I don't hate it as much as I hate it in other films, because the other films really do it cheap, just super cheap. Whether it's the Beverly Hills Chihuahua, which again, it did well enough and has a big enough cast and has the kind of budget you would think would be able to afford better digital mouths on animals, but no. Or some of the other ones. Oh yeah, the Airbud, the buddies, the spin-off from Airbud, all the puppy ones. Those are horrible, just horrible. And I realize those don't have the big budget. It all goes into managing puppies, herding puppies. So in this, though, they must have spent some kind of money on digitally making the animals talk. And it's not that it looks real or more real than the other films. It just looks better, and it didn't bother me as much because there are funny parts in this, and it's mainly due to Eddie Murphy. It just, Eddie Murphy is a really good actor. And you'll know that from any of his other comedies that you've seen over the years. There's no, he hasn't lost it or sold out or whatever it is that people consider a edgy comedian who does family films is. It's just go with it. This is, by the way, taken from 20th Century Fox, brought over in the purchase, so that's why we have these films. They've been on and off Disney Plus for a while. For a while, they only had the first one, then we had the first and the third, and now we have the second. We have all three of them. So I still haven't watched the third one yet, and I don't think I watched this one at all, ever. So this is all new to me. I was saying the big cast in this is, it's a lot. It's a lot. Again, they also they do some really stunt casting. Okay, there's a scene later on in the film where birds are attacking the bad guys, or people who are working for the bad guys, and the birds are flying, but you wouldn't know who these people are if you didn't recognize the voices from something else. Two of the birds are Michael McKean and Leonard, what's his name? Why can't I say his name offhand? But they're Lenny and Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley. It's needless casting. Honestly, you could have gotten any number of a billion actors to do this one scene, but I hate myself for not remembering his name. But yeah, just Lenny and Squiggy are birds. David Cross and Bob Odenkirk from Mr. Show, and also from Breaking Bad, Bob Odenkirk. I think even when suddenly Frankie Muniz becomes a big name on TV through Malcolm in the Middle, he appears as a young boy bear alongside Mandy Moore, who's also hot at the time and very popular. There are David Lander and Michael McKean were the birds. Thank you so much for not burying them. Tom Kenny, of course, shows up SpongeBob SquarePants. He plays a male tortoise. John DiMaggio, who's Bender and Futurama. But you get so many. Wow. Joey Lauren Adams. Andy Dick plays a weasel. Isaac Hayes. Most people know him from voiceover acting from South Park. He was chef, but he's been a classic R&B singer for so long. That's what he's known for more than anything else beyond his stint on South Park. And he gets to do a line from Shaft. Not that line, but adjacent to that line. Michael Rappaport plays a raccoon, and they're all like in the animal mafia. So the plot of this is... Oh, wait, I just saw... Steve Irwin makes a brief cameo as himself. Live action, himself, in the same shot with Eddie Murphy. And he doesn't speak to animals in the same way that Dr. Dolittle does. And Dr. Dolittle tries to warn him. And, well, let's just say a crocodile gets the better of Steve. And Steve apparently gets his arm bitten off camera. There's nothing traumatic about that, but that was a little bit difficult to watch when I realized that they were actually going to do that bit. And years later, Steve died not by the same animal, but yeah, that's sad. But so we get so if you went through this. And you know your share of movies and TV shows and things like that, animated stuff. Well, no, throughout the last 50, 60 years of television and movies, you're going to recognize so many voices in this. It's fun to dig through IMDb as you're watching this. Steve Zahn is the voice of the bear. He's trying to take into the wild so that he can mate with the lone other bear of his breed that are endangered. Steve Zahn and Lisa Kudrow. Yeah, from Friends. Phoebe from Friends. And they get to interact. Some of the human people that are in this, Andy Richter plays a zookeeper for just one scene. Kevin Pollak plays a greasy lawyer who's just the plot basically is, if I haven't said it already, I know I've been rambling, land developers want to tear down the forest, and where this one endangered female bear is, and all the animals reach out to Dr. Dolittle and say, hey, can you help us save our forest? And said, well, if there's one animal here who's endangered, it's her. And if they realize if we can get her to mate, they would be protected on that land. And Jeffrey Jones, Jeffrey Jones, you'll recognize him when you see him if you've seen any 80s movies. But Jeffrey Jones is in this. One of his last few movies, I think. I don't know if he's done anything in a long time. 4 Reasons. He's in this as well. He plays the kind of the person who's, I guess, a land grabber. He's trying to take the land, a developer, and his name's Joe Potter in this. I don't know. I wonder who he might be representing. But either way, you get those guys in this. Kevin Pollak's also great as a bad guy. I said Raven-Symone as his daughter. And yeah, so it's a really good human cast and really good animal voice cast. And I did not expect to say that. Again, I am not even telling you half the people that show up in this, and I've already spent 13 minutes not saying that. So yeah, if you know character actors and things like that, open up IMDb as you're watching this. You might get a kick out of how many people you might recognize. Play a game. I don't know if I could say that you should do a drinking game, but try to do a game where if whoever guesses the voice first win, like doesn't take a shot the other people do. I don't know. It's a lot. Oh my gosh, James Avery's in this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, one of the funny things is that this is, it's relevant today because it's very, in the end, it's kind of political, where the nefarious land developers are trying to take over a certain part of the country, and the animals, it's a classist battle. The animals who live on that land are basically striking. It's a national strike. It's an international strike. In fact, the word spreads around the world that none of the animals are performing their duties as expected, and as a result, brings the powerful to their knees. That is an element that is only introduced in the third act, and it comes out of nowhere as a humongous solution, uniting against their oppressor, even if it's just a small part of the forest. Not small, but it's a considerable forest, but the bad guys are offering them 10 acres. That's not nearly enough. So, and also, that would be just for the bears for the most part, and anybody else who can hang around, and And yeah, the rest just have to go somewhere else, I guess, as everything gets bulldozed. So yeah, if you want some classist warfare in your Dr. Dolittle stories, this is it. This is the movie for you. I don't know where they're going to go with movie 3. Oh wait, that's right. One of the daughters, probably not Raven-Symone. I don't think it's Raven-Symone, unless there's a different actor playing her character. I don't know. Takes on the family business. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 26. So yeah, I'm not going to say this is one of the greatest films ever. It is just better than I expected it to be. Which, what the heck? 26? No, like, how can it be 26? 26 was already picked, and I've set this to not be already picked. See? It's empty. It was Dance Moms. It was Dance Moms Abby's whatchacallit thing. What the heck? You're not supposed to be able to pick numbers that I have already picked. Prevent rerolls. But why is that turned off? Okay. Alright, well, let's pick another one. I don't know, it got turned off. 34. I have a feeling that this one... No, it's not. Okay, well, hey. We got another animal-related thing, but it's a documentary. I don't know if it's a series or not. I think it's a series. But we'll find out when we watch. And it's literally 2 after the one we just watched. If we had just gotten 33, we would have finished this trilogy. Instead, we get Dog Impossible. Oh, yeah. All right. We'll watch an episode of that if it's just one thing. If it's a whole movie, then we'll watch that. So, Dog Impossible is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.